All right, so here in the United States, we are just a few days away from Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving also means Black Friday. And if you celebrate Christmas, it means Christmas is literally just around the corner. So I thought real quick today, we could talk a little bit about our Christmas plan. For starters, I want to let you know down in the description box, if you click on it, I will have a Canva link. You do not have to have a Canva account to click on this link and to download it and print it out. But I do have a Christmas project planning sheet, and it is for free. So if that is something you like, you can definitely help yourself to that. I've talked a little bit recently about kind of being a little more selective about who we make what for in gift giving. So with a lot of us preparing to do Christmas gifts, I thought we could touch on that real quick. So if you're not wanting to go ahead and make elaborate Christmas gifts for anyone, number one, that is okay. It is most definitely okay. Or maybe you don't have time, or maybe you've already gifted your family and friends so many things that you just don't want to right now. So if you don't want to give crocheted Christmas gifts, but you still want to do something fun, I did a quick Pinterest search, and I will insert it, I think, right over here. And it was for Christmas gift toppers. So it looks as though a lot of them are probably Christmas tree ornaments, which is a great kind of double type of thing to do. But, you know, with these, you can use super cheap yarn, you know, any like scrap yarn for a lot of them because they're so small, or, you know, your really inexpensive scratchy yarn, stuff that did not turn out how you thought it would. This is a great way to use that up, and, you know, just using it as a little extra ornamentation on the present to make it a little bit special. I even saw one where it was like a bow you put on there, but not like a bow. It was more like the you know, kind of plasticky Christmas bows that you buy in the big bag of like 20. It was like that, but crocheted. So I thought that was super duper cute as well. The next thing you may need to do would be a Hostess gift. So that's going to be something that you're not putting a ton of time and effort into, but just something to, you know, show your appreciation to the hostess at whatever event you are attending. So Pinterest had a lot of ideas for that. It seemed like some of the more popular ones were a wine bottle cozy, and, you know, which is great if you're already bringing a bottle of wine. Another one seemed to be coasters. You could do like festive Christmas ones, or, you know, non-Christmas if you know your hostess well and know they maybe like sunflowers or cats or whatever. The third one I saw a lot of was also the tea towels where you crochet on the top to make like a hanger. And I have made those and I have received those, and they're just nice to have. So I do like those as well. And again, very simple, doesn't take a lot of your time at all. But if you are wanting to make some gifts, I did recently talk a little bit about maybe why you shouldn't use your most expensive and prized yarns on gifts for other people. And I can link that video for you if you would like to see that. But I do still want to do some gifts for some people. And I'm going to be a little bit vague in this video in case anyone in my family is watching this ahead of time. I don't want any spoilers. But definitely, like I said, my sheet that I have, that free PDF, you can look at that. And what that does is it kind of goes through with you what projects you want to make, if you have the yarn, if you have enough of the yarn, if you need to buy the yarn, and just an area for some ideas that you can jot stuff down on. And I already know that for my one Christmas event, I think I'm gonna make everyone just a really basic beanie. I have been absolutely loving doing beanies lately, and I did my scrappy beanie, but to simplify that, you can use the exact same pattern and just use one yarn. And I have made some, I've got one here. Like this one I made for my husband, and I know this is black, so you're not gonna have a very easy time seeing it. But I made this out of Feels Like Butter. And so with this, it is just super easy. What I do like about it is that it doesn't take much time. You can whip these out, and you can do them all about the same size, but they're really personalized personalizable because you're making one rectangle and bringing it in. I will link the video. It is for the scrappy beanie, but you can make these the exact same way just using one yarn. And it goes quicker because you're not switching, tying off, weaving in ends, that type of stuff. But I think I want to make these for all the people that I give gifts to at this particular event. So what I need to do is go through my yarn stash first. I know that I want to use like a simple basic yarn, but I do also want them to be soft because they'll be by their faces. I know I have been saving a tote of Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee Breathe Deep, which is nearly almost identical to Feels Like Butter. And it is discontinued, which is kind of a bummer, but I have this great big tote. There's no reason to hoard it. I can definitely use it. And I picked up pretty much all of those during either an annual sale or a die lot sale. I picked those up for like 99 cents each. So that definitely fits into the budget I talked about before, where if someone ruins it, I am not going to be heartbroken. Because to be honest, I do want the beanies to be a little bit softer than just using a basic budget acrylic. I think that's a great place to start. I have another individual, and I know that sounds so impersonal, but here's the deal. I have one daughter, one niece, one nephew, and it would be really, really obvious to anyone watching this video who I was referring to if I said their names. So it will just sound impersonal for now. But one of the individuals I want to make a hat for, I want to do something a little different than just this basic beanie. And it's also really simple. But what I want to do is perhaps mix two different yarns together for this. And I've got one of them that I thrifted. And it is this mohair right here. And I think that this would be a fun addition to add to another color. So I need to go through my stash and see if I can find the color that I want to mix that with, or if I should just go buy a small skein of yarn that I know would work. And to be honest, I might just do that for ease of use, since, there's a limited time before now and Christmas, and sometimes it is just easier and I can deal with the stash yarn later. I know I'll be pulling a bunch out for the beanies. The next hat I want to make for another individual, I actually have the pattern. I've done it multiple times before, and I will link that. And I know what yarn I want to use. It's at Joann's. I looked at the where it has the option on the app to pick up in store or pick up, and they had like 5 of them left. So I think by the time I get there, they will probably still have it. I know I've seen it there multiple times, so I have that in mind. I'm just doing very basic stuff as crocheted gifts this year. Now, let's talk briefly about the sales. I have been inundated already, even last week, the week before Thanksgiving, with different emails, and I have not purchased anything off of any of these sites. I have seen many videos about it, and I have also gone to the sites and kind of looked around a little bit, and there's definitely some good stuff and some good bargains. And I want to tell you that there is absolutely no shame in taking advantage of these sales, as long as it's in your budget and all the other stuff that goes along. As long as we're being fiscally responsible, there is nothing wrong with taking advantage of these sales to just beef up your yarn stash and find some stuff that you like. So get that out of the way. But my plan is going to be to wait a little bit longer and see if there is any actual Black Friday sales. I missed an opportunity a week ago to get more of this respun on Lion Brand's website. They had this down for $2. I got super distracted. I had a bunch in a cart, but I wasn't necessarily in the purchasing mood at that moment, got distracted and forgot all about it until I saw Kay Crochet hauling hers, and she bought the ones I wanted, the Alpine. So I saw that that was there. I went back to check and it was back up to $5, the regular price. So I am going to be keeping an eye on Lion Brand this week to see if this goes back to $2 or not. It's not an emergency. It's just something I want. I plan on Black Friday morning. My husband and I usually do just go out, and we're empty nesters. We have a very small family, so it's not like we're out there buying tons of stuff, but it's just kind of something we kind of enjoy. It's like a date early morning for us. On Black Friday, we will be in a town where there is a Joann, and I'm going to stop there. I don't think, based on my prior experience at Joann on Black Friday, I don't think there's really going to be anything in the store that isn't online. But the one thing that makes a difference for me is that if you go online and you're wanting to buy fleece, you have to buy it in a 2-yard increment, and we don't always want 2-yard increments. So in the store, I can look at all the fleeces. I can touch them and see if I like how they feel, because there is a difference sometimes. See how the pattern and the print looks. Sometimes they look a little like muddy or fuzzy to me, and I want to, don't they all look crisp online? I will go to the store and see if there's any yarn deals that I want. Like I said, that one that I have my eye on, and just see what else is there. I will also be going to Hobby Lobby, but they do not do a Black Friday event. It is literally just another shopping day for them. So don't get excited and think there's going to be any spectacular yarn deals. I was there actually last week. I was talking with the gal that was at the fabric cutting table, and she said she couldn't like a wholeheartedly 100% confirm, but the yarn week and the fabric week, as far as the discounts go, do seem to run opposite to each other. And last week at my store, and I'm sure every store, the yarn was on sale, fabric was not. I have my eye on a piece of fabric there, and so I want to buy it on sale. So I do plan on going on Black Friday just to buy this normal sale piece of fabric. But if that holds true and the fabric is on sale this week, then yarn won't be. So definitely don't go to Hobby Lobby if you are looking for yarn deals. And I do want to let you know there will be a few days left on this Hirschner's code, and I'll go ahead and pop that on the screen here, but it's free shipping on orders over $35 in the US with the code JOLLY23, and it expires November 27th, 2023. So if there is something from Hirschner's that you're looking for, and it's not a giant project, because Hirschner's could take a week or so for you to get your yarn, maybe if it's smaller projects or just something you want to do for yourself, go ahead and give that a shot. They've got a lot in this Christmas catalog that just came out. And I want to point out on the back of this, they have paired up Hirschner's Worsted 8 Christmas yarn packs. So they're selling 4 of the 8-ounce balls for $17, which is a great deal. It's a great yarn. I will pop the picture up if you want to see the different color choices they have for Christmas. Vintage, icicles, classic, jewel tones, peppermint, pines, merry and bright, and Christmas multi. That really hits about everything that you could want. But the reason I am popping this up here is not to tell you to buy these packs necessarily. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did not realize that my scarf was just like sliding down this whole time. That is kind of silly. Here is a scarf I made recently, and I do absolutely love this yarn. It's simply soft. It's Soft Secret by Yarn Bee. Okay, sorry about that. So the reason that I am pointing out these yarn packs isn't to tell you to necessarily go buy these unless you want to. I recently did a video on how to find some color inspiration when you're stuck and wanting to pair some yarns together and not really knowing what direction you want to go. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different options here for Christmas blankets that are leaning on traditional to non-traditional. And I think this is a great place to start for you to even just look through your stash, or take this to the store with you and kind of compare and find ones that look like this. So I will have that video linked up above. And if you want to check out a little more on that, you absolutely can. If you have made it this far in the video, I want to thank you so much. I would love it if you would click the subscribe button and join me here. And I definitely appreciate it if you would leave a comment for me. I love reading and responding to those. I just really enjoy interacting with you guys. It is probably the most fun thing about this whole thing for me. So I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving this week if you are in the US, and let me know if you plan on doing any Black Friday shopping or not. Let me know if you've started your Christmas projects or if you're going to. And don't forget to take advantage of that Christmas project planner free PDF down in the description if you would like to do that. I would recommend when you print it out, it is color. I'm not sure how it would look in black and white, but just make sure that you size it to fit so you don't cut off the edges. And for now, thank you for talking yarn with me. Bye guys.